My name's Jason. Welcome to Farm with a Piel. My goal here is to help you understand what I go through and my family does to maintain. We all have full-time jobs and we still try to run a full-time farm. How we all work together to try to make things work. I've worked at a factory for 28 years and I've owned this farm and raised a family for the last 28 years. My goal is to retire from the factory and be here all the time. Things they say will be, well, you don't know how you managed to get things done when you were working. Well, you do what you have to do, and that's all there is to it. You'll see us working on processing cattle, hopefully calving, putting in crops, baling hay, and working in this massive building that we have here. This here is my pride and joy. This is what I've worked so hard for and what I've always dreamed about, my own shop. As you can tell, we're nowhere near that yet, but it's coming. Everyone here on this farm all have full-time jobs. And we kind of balance out who does feeding by who's home and who looks after what. And the calving part of it, everyone jumps in to deal with it. You can see by the videos that we have, weather this spring hasn't been very promising for calving, hasn't been very promising for putting crops in. It's wet, it's cold, just all right, dirty, terrible spring. So what's going to happen now likely is we're going to wake up one morning and it's going to be summertime. We're working away trying to get our crops in. We have all our acres that we normally donate to crops. It's all worked up, waiting for seed. If the rain would stop, we get a couple days of dry ground, we can go ahead and spread fertilizer and get the crops in. Won't take that long. We run here about 300 acres between rented land, what we own, and we have about 60 beef cows, give or take. We have 2 cows left to calve, and our calving for the year is finished. It's been fairly good. We had a few mishaps, that happens. We're working together trying to make this work. I'm not very good at this. This is the first time I've done this, and it'll get better, I promise. In this building here is where my plan is to create a shop where I can build things and I can fix things. I'm a licensed mechanic by trade, and I've worked in a factory where I've learned to work with other different pieces of equipment and opportunities that I wouldn't have actually got to use in a regular shop. I'm a welder, and I can fix just about anything a man made. So with that, I'm planning on starting my own little business where I can fix my own junk, have a few customers to help pay to fix my own junk, and basically that's all I own is junk. I have a couple long-lasting projects that I'm working on. Once the floor is finished, I've got a tractor that needs a transmission. That'll be an interesting video to take part, and the video will help me put it back together. And over my shoulder, if you look closely, there's another project sitting there that belonged to my family since I was 12 years old. I remember driving it home when I was 12. Yeah, maybe you can't see it. There'll be more videos on it as well as we start tearing it apart and as we start to go through it and fix it all up. That tractor I'm not going to paint. It's rather unique and it's rare. And what it's doing in Canada, I have no idea. I can't answer that. Here we have, normally this would be starting to become summer. It would be starting to become hot. Crops would be growing. A lot of our neighboring farmers say the same thing. The trees haven't even come out in full leaf yet. A lot of land sitting underwater still, and it doesn't seem to be letting up. So we take it everything day by day. Unfortunately, with a full-time job, I have to plan my crops on Saturdays, Sundays, and that's only if I'm not working Saturdays. I want to be able to retire, be able to plan my crops according to the weather instead of me forcing crops to go in mucky ground. I want to be able to cut my hay with time that I think I can get it dry. Over my other shoulder, you'll see how we've countered working in a factory and still be able to bale good hay. We purchased a wrapper and a fairly new baler the last couple of years to make our lives easier. We have enough equipment to farm, but we're always looking for more. But we're not buying anything new, so we're going to do with what we can. My family stick out. I have three sons and a daughter and a wife. As a family, we all work together and we support each other in any way we can. We all have to work together in order to keep this going. Today's children can't get private property or anything else, so both my son and his wife, they purchased the farm across the road, and they're doing everything they can to afford to keep it, which means they both have full-time jobs, and that's how we have to do it. So we work over there as much as they work over here. We're all working together. We help our neighbors out wherever we can. If they're in trouble, if they need, a lot of elderly neighbors in my community, so if they need help, we stop what we're doing, we give them a hand. Try to keep our community tight and know that there's always help somewhere. It takes a big deal for an old farmer to ask for help. So by him calling and saying, I need help, you drop what you're doing, you can figure it out once you get there. That's been our goal and our motto here on this farm. If someone needs help, help them out. Over the series of videos that are coming up, I'm going to start showing you more and more of what we do. Like my life, I commute an hour and a half to work and an hour and a half home. And every day it seems to be taking longer and longer to get here. I've been here 28 years. I'm hoping to retire at 30. But a car crash kind of made a few changes in my life that I'm not going to be able to fix. So we're playing it day by day. Some days the foot hurts, some days it hurts more. I'm looking at different options and ways of getting my foot fixed, or at least to the point where I don't feel pain, but that's my problem. You will, and I hope you've joined me as my family and I work together. You'll see we have good days and we have bad. I'm not going to cover anything up, and I'm not going to filter anything. The crap you see around you is what we live every day. Normally the barnyard's dry by this time of year. The snow's all melted and the water's all disappeared. This year the mud's deeper than it's ever been. So it takes a little bit to get across the yard. And I don't move very well, so it takes me even longer to get across the yard. I hope you join me. I hope you have fun. And you can laugh at my mistakes, and you can laugh at us. And if you have any ideas of making things better, easier, that we can afford to do, please put them in the comments. I'll try to read them all. And when you guys help, we can make this building and this farm more productive. Thanks for all your support so far. Catch you in the next one.